I remember an earlier conversation and you were describing to me, we have these values. What the service standards are things that we know we're living that value when we observe those. And can you give an example of one of those standards that would make it come to life?
Sure. When we talk about build great relationships, right? Relationships are built on trust, and an important part of that is communication. One of our service standards defines how responsive we need to be, responding to every email, every phone call within 24 hours. Now, in today's world, we know we have to get even more responsive. And so I am so excited how we're looking at responsiveness, our own service standards in today's world. So we define that, we know our expectations.
I think the daily huddle had a lot of skeptics in the early days. How are you going to meet every day and talk about these same things over and over? But you're still doing them. It's been years, right?
It is. So our daily huddle, our first call, is how we keep our values alive. And each and every day, our team members in both the heart of the house as well as at property spend those 15 minutes talking about our values, our service standards of the day.
Where we're succeeding and where we're failing.
We use first call in our daily huddles to absolutely talk about the great service moments, what is happening at a property and with a team. And through that experience, what I love most about our first call is how each leader takes it, they own it themselves. This is not something we create and run. We leave it with every leader to say, this is what's important for this property, this community. It is unifying across our entire organizations to have a daily hub, to have first call. But the best leaders, the best property managers we have, they own it. They know how to engage with their teams and talk about what's happening at their community that day.
Yeah, it's always easy to talk about whether you're meeting your sales targets, your cost targets, and that's what huddles in most businesses are. So when you have it based on values and using net promoter feedback and verbatims to enliven those conversations, that's pretty cool. It reminds me, the Ritz-Carlton is famous for having the same daily process. And I stayed at one of the top Ritzes a while back, and I asked the general manager, do you still use this daily huddle thing, and is it valuable? He said, it's the most important thing we have. So it's impressive.
Yeah, it absolutely is so important. Our first call, Fred, it is how we connect with teams across our organizations, consistently each and every day, talking about service and our values. And I absolutely agree. You mentioned Ritz-Carlton, Fred. It is no accident that we have adapted our own process through the greatest service companies, organizations.